Everyone else good?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Good. All right. Today we're going to talk about Flipgrid. I got my little, this I got on Amazon last year. It's great if you feel like you've been at your desk too long and hunching over. It keeps you straight. That's my side tech tip of the day, is good ergonomics, because we're going to be sitting a lot more than we're used to. Look, I also met with my physical therapist yesterday and got some tips about exercises to do between. So if anyone wants those, I'll be glad to share those with you. She sent me some diagrams and stuff. So little between like rest break moments, activities, exercises you can do to, prevent your like desk neck. All right, but let's get to Flipgrid. How many of you guys have used Flipgrid before?
Not me.
Let me see if
I used it last year for my seniors. You helped me help them do like interview practice questions.
Oh, all right.
I did it during COVID time, but nobody uploaded anything on their Flipgrid for my class.
All right, yeah. I just changed the chat. I realized I had it set to host only when I was demoing it the other day. Now everyone can see each other's chats if you chat. Yeah, I think now with the way that I'm going to show you today, when it's actually an assignment, obviously you'll get more submissions. And now that school is, assignments have to be done for a grade. That's a little different than the spring when it was just like, do what you do. All right, so let's get into it. So I'm going to show you how to set up your classes with Canvas. And then I'm going to show you what kinds of submissions your students can do with Flipgrid. Hopefully, you kind of got an idea of that with your back to school video, of the kind of things that they can do in their video and kind of features they can add. So let's see. But first, the first part I want to do is show you how to set up your classes with Canvas. So that is going to be pretty important. And it is an integration that you have to do as a teacher. So it's not an app that I install as the ITC for the school, like many of the other apps. This is an app you have to install in your classrooms. And we do have those really big, some of you guys have like really big classrooms where all your Bio 1 kids are in one class, but you may not want all of those kids to see everyone's videos. You may still want to have a separate Flipgrid for each class. And so I'm going to show you what I would recommend to do that. So got some people popping in. All right, so I'm going to go to my sandbox that I've created. And I have to install the Flipgrid app. And so I'm going to show you how if I have multiple classes, I'm going to do that, or multiple groups of classes in this one big class, how I would do that. So you have to go to settings. And you actually have to do this in your hub classes. So doing this in your sandbox is not going to do anything. Don't do it in your sandbox, it's pointless. You do this in your actual classes. All right, so I'm going to go to apps and I'm going to look for Flipgrid. And I'm going to say add app. And it's going to ask me for a consumer key and a shared secret. And this is where I have to go to Flipgrid to get that information. So I'm going to go to Flipgrid and I'm going to log in with my Microsoft account. All right, so I'm in and I can create this integration from my profile area. So I'm going to go up to my profile and I'm going to go to integrations. And this is where I'll create a new integration. So you'll see it says Flipgrid and Canvas. Awesome. I'm going to say new integration and I'm going to call this, name it by my period. So I'm going to call it, biology period 3. All right. So I create the integration here and I now have that consumer key and that shared secret. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. but I have like 3 different classes in this one super class. Maybe I should start calling them super classes. That sounds fun. All right, so I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna change it from saying Flipgrid to saying period 3. That way, when I go make that LTI assignment and I want to assign it just to that class, that's what I'll see in my list. Instead of the word Flipgrid 5 times, I'm going to see the word period 3. So I will add app. All right, and if I refresh my page, I'm going to see, let's see. It's probably in the navigation down below. Yeah, I'm going to see period 3 is now down there. And I actually want to keep that hidden because I don't want each class to have access to each other's grids. So I'll just keep that in the hidden space. All right, so now I want to add another class to this super class. So I'm going to go back and do Flipgrid. I'm going to say add app. I'm going to go back to Flipgrid, create a new integration. I'm going to call it biology period 5. Create. Now I'm going to get that new code. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to get that new shared secret, copy it, and then I'm going to call this one period 5. That way, when I go to make an assignment, I'll see those period names instead of Flipgrid, Flipgrid, Flipgrid. All right, I'm going to do it one more time because I have 3 classes in this super class. And I'm going to go back to Flipgrid, add integration, biology, period 7. I'm going to copy that consumer key. I'm going to go back and copy that shared secret. And again, I'm going to call this one period 7, so I don't have any confusion when I'm making assignments. All right, April says, if KLC pushes down more, will it overwrite the redirects and apps? No, it won't. It should not overwrite the redirects and apps. So, and this should be a one-time setup. So you've set it up, you know, you can do this later today in your class, and then you're done. You never have to set up the apps again. Any questions about where you get the consumer key, the shared secret, etc.?
Well, I have a question.
Okay.
I just made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
If you accidentally save it as Flipgrid before changing the name, how can you fix that?
You can't. So you'll just have to keep that one at the bottom. You'll just never use it.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't change the name. So you'll just not use that. Just create a new one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and unfortunately, they can't be deleted. They can only be deleted by someone at KLC. I don't know why one person wanted to have that duty. And so I'm hoping, we've kind of been pushing for them to give us the rights as ITCs to go delete some of those. But right now it's nothing. So if you made one and it's a bad one, you just keep it, go to your navigation and just keep it at the bottom and no one will ever see it.
So Katie, really quickly, so when we add the app, we have to go to a separate link to add the add integration. So can you show me how you went there again? When you did the Flipgrid and then I go where? So
I'm not clear on your question.
So how do I get to where you are right now with the screen?
Up here in the top of your name, integrations.
Okay.
And if I feel like I can always delete the keys, but it won't delete in Canvas. So. All right, and you'll see I don't have any classes here yet because I haven't actually made an LTI assignment yet, so it hasn't created the group in Flipgrid. I just made the connection. So when you actually make the assignment, that's when a group will be produced. You could use either, Christine. Either one is fine. Either your PWCS Microsoft or the Google. It doesn't matter. All right, so after I connected the app, I see it here in my navigation. Let me refresh. I'm going to have period 3, 5, 7 down here. I'm going to leave those down here because if I drag them up, then each class can see each other's whole grid. You might not want to do that. So I just leave that part hidden. And then you will be able to create assignments for your kids with those particular sections. So I'll show you how to make the Flipgrid assignment. I'll go to assignment. And I'll say, you know, period, just for my, you know, reference point when I'm going back to look at them, period, 3, Flipgrid, and then put the topic. Okay. You can type anything you want here, directions, you can put a video that they respond to, any kind of stimulus you can put here in the box. Then I'm going to say it's 100 points because we always make our assignments 100 points here at Woodbridge. And I'm going to say it's formative, and I'm going to have it be as points. And then I need to choose external tool. So I'll click external tool and I'll say find. And my list of external tools that are set up for this class will come up. And I'm going to scroll down to, you see I have 2 Flipgrids. Those are ones I installed before. So that you're still going to see those in the list, but I'm going to go down to period 3. And I'm going to select the period 3, and you'll see right below it, it says Flipgrid. So that keys me into, this is the one I want to use whenever I make a period 3 assignment. So I'm going to select period 3. I'll say select. All right, so the Flipgrid is loaded right there. And now I want to clear out everyone, and I'm going to type in just like the period 3 sections. So you may have 1 or 2 or 4, and you'll just select each of those sections that just belongs to students that are in period 3. Any questions about that? So I'll just save this one. I don't have sections, so I'm just doing everyone. But ideally, you know, if this was just a 1-section class, if it was just your first period, if it's like your one-off class, you don't have to select the sections and you don't have to name it by period. But if you do have one of these super classes, that's the way to make it work. Okay. So I'm going to save. Okay. Now you'll see the Flipgrid window is here. So the very first assignment you make for your period, you won't have to do this every time. So the very first time you make an assignment for period 3, you're going to say create a group course. It's going to come up, it'll be pretty obvious. And now this is where I can create my topic. So I can change, you know, I can add a topic focus, which can be a video or an image or a GIF even. So that can just be the focus, and then you have your prompt here. So just ignore this red. I have no idea why it's there. It doesn't affect anything. So you can just put you can also put your prompt here, right here. You can decide how long of a video you want your students to make. It can be up to 10 minutes, okay? Obviously, don't make a video any longer than you want to watch. So if it's a short, concise answer, just limit it to 15 seconds. Like if they don't need more than that amount of time, then that's all you want to give them. I'm doing this in Canvas, so you'll see that the Flipgrid window is embedded inside my Canvas now. Yeah, the term super class is definitely here to stay. All right, you can choose if the closed captions should be in English or another language. So if you're teaching a foreign language class, these are the options you have for captions. So that is helpful. And then you can say who has control of, says select another way for participants to join the topic that's different from group access. So if you don't want them to join through that assignment, you could create another way. But we're pretty much, if it's going to be a Canvas assignment, just leave that alone. No need to bother that. All right, you can also attach a topic link. So if there's a website you're having students look at and then write or say a response to, you can create a link for that. And you could add many attachments. So you could attach like, well, up here you can do, let's see. So if I had a picture, you can only select one focus. Then this is where I could put my Google Doc. Like if I wanted them to reference a Google Doc or something, I could put the link to that. All right, the topic, you make it active and then you can put it end date. So like that can be equivalent to the due date. So they can't access this or post to it after a certain date. The features, you want to get notified. So that's you. So do you want to get notified every time a kid posts a video, weekly, daily, or every new video? I like to keep it on never, because if you're doing the assignment in Canvas, the speed grader is going to collect those responses, and you'll see the responses in speed grader. So you don't have to come back here and look at this. And yeah, of course, always recording will always be on ITCs for all of you too. All right. All right, so download and share. Do you want people to be able to download their videos? That's, you know, a preference. They only can download their own. They can't download, you know, their classmates. So if you want them to download, be able to download it to add to a portfolio or something, that is a great option, especially for like oral language representations. Do you want to require email for response? So that they provide an email to submit their video, and you can leave that on or off, it doesn't matter. And topic followers, do you want people to receive an email when there's a new video posted? So I would say leave that off. Kids don't need to get a post, like an email every time another kid posts a video. That's kind of a lot. Try and keep their email boxes concise. All right, so the video and selfie styles. So where can students add the filters, stickers, and stuff to their videos? I like to do it on both, that they can get creative in both places. Students do not have to do anything. They'll just see right here when in their window just a record button, and they'll just record right here in the Canvas space. All right. Video editing, so students can trim their videos. You want to keep that on because you want kids to have like those access, those controls. Allow kids to comment on each other's videos. Now that's up to you in the situation and the assignment. Do you want to have a link? That's again up to you. Do you want the view count to be shown? Again, up to you. And sticky notes. Those are good, like kids can put a little sticky note on their video, and so that can be helpful. Yeah, so those kind of settings are up to you. And the last part is feedback. And I would just leave it on basic feedback because you guys are gonna be providing your feedback through SpeedGrader. So you don't really need to worry so much about the Flipgrid feedback option. Yeah, all right, so update topic. So students, when they come, they're just gonna see this and their little smiley faces that are gonna be there based on, because students don't make accounts, it's just kind of default student thing. And they'll just be able to click record a response and record a response right there in the screen. So that's how you would set up an assignment here in Canvas. Any questions about that?
So if they're accessing it through Canvas, then they don't ever need a code to join whatever grid you want them to do.
Correct, because it's the assignment's just gonna be right there on the page. So if you moderate the topic so that Christine is asking if there's a way to make it so that no one else can see each other's topics. If I edit the topic and I moderate it so that they can't see, I can say, where's the moderation? Video moderation. So I'm going to turn that on. It's near the top. If I turn on video moderation, then students will, you can moderate the video before other students see them. So that would prevent them from everyone else seeing it. Kim, I got distracted by your filters.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
So am I giving the directions for the assignment in the Flipgrid integration or in the actual Canvas?
It's whatever your preference is. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would probably, you have to put something in this box. So this topic was automatically generated. You can change this. So I can change this and update it. So if you just wanted to leave that how it was, then whatever you put up here would be the prompt for them. So either way. So when I go back to Flipgrid now that I've actually created an assignment and I refresh, I'll see that I now have a group for that class. So now that group was created. So when I go into it, You can alternately, if it's not an assignment, say it's more of a community activity and you don't want to make a speed grader assignment for it, you now have the grid set up. So you'd have to do at least one assignment. Maybe it's just they tell you how to say their name. That's a great beginning of the year activity for Flipgrid. That's a 15-second video. Just tell me your name because we want to pronounce their names correctly. So then you would then have a join code that you could provide students for more communal, like everyone wants to see everyone's response activities that you don't want in SpeedGrader. So you can just create that join code or make a new topic. Do all the stuff. Create that topic. And then I would just give them this link for this topic and put that just on a page or an announcement versus making an assignment. Any questions about that?
Katie, can you please repeat that? Because I don't really see the difference. So
students, so when I make this assignment in Canvas, it's going to be something that I can now grade in SpeedGrader. So if you were going to make a Flipgrid and it's just more informal, it's not something you want to grade, then I would just provide them the link to the topic.
Okay.
So let me show you. Let me go to my dashboard. Oh, how can co-teachers see them? So in Canvas, you would have to go back after you create the class and after you give an assignment, you can add a co-pilot. So that's how you'll type their email, whatever email they're using for their Flipgrid account, and you can invite them and they can be a co-pilot on this grid. So let me see. I created in our class of 21, 22, some example Flipgrid assignments. Let's see if any kids have done them. Yeah, all right, cool. We have. So this is what the SpeedGrader would look like. So a student has submitted their video and now this is how it will look on SpeedGrader for you. This is when you make the LTI assignment. So you'll see their video pops right up in SpeedGrader. Oh, I can watch it right here. I'm gonna not play it just to provide this student some, I'm glad she has a little mask. I'm not providing any privacy. And then I can just put a grade and I can give her any comments and she's gonna receive those comments in Canvas. So that's what the grading side when you make it an LTI assignment looks like. It's very nice. You don't have to go to Flipgrid to grade them. Any questions about that?
Katie, are we able to, in this SpeedGrader, you know how you can like mark off somewhere on the video where you want to like, you know, give feedback? Is that a possibility?
No, so this is less power than the Flipgrid response. So if you want, you would have to do it actually in Flipgrid if you want to give more feedback like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I got to this screen because I made an assignment for our students. And so I always see what I have to grade on my to-do list. You can see I have a very long list right now because I have my staff course and I have 4 student courses with all of our students that I made example assignments in. So I just went down to the one that was Flipgrid because I gave this to some kids. I gave them all kinds of assignments to just kind of play with Canvas and kind of get to learn Canvas this week and next week. So I just picked, this one was Flipgrid, and I like to right click and open in a new tab. And that way I can come back here and go down my list, kind of organizational flow of doing things that I like. I like to open in a new tab and then I can go back to where I was and go down the list. So I just opened the assignment and here it is, and it will load. So Catherine, you're gonna have to make a separate assignment for each class. You're gonna have to do this LTI Canvas assignment individually for each class. So I did it once for a 3rd period. No, you'll have to make the topic unique in each class, but you can copy topics over, but topics you copy over are not LTI assignments. So if you want to do the same thing in period 3, 5, and 7, you have to set up the assignment separately in the course. Let's see. So this person didn't, yeah, so that I already graded the one that was there. So this is what it will look like. And then you can just click here and go to the next student video that was submitted, which I don't have any right here. That only one baby freshman is done with. Let's see. So going back to my classroom. So I made the 3rd period assignment. So now I have to repeat that for 5th period and 7th period. So every time you want a different class to do assignment, you have to make that separate assignment, because remember, you're picking the assignment from the list, the LTI from the list for that period. So I'm going to go back to assignments, and now I'm going to make one for 5th period, the same thing. So I'm going to click assignment. And remember, I'm going to title this period 5, so I know when I'm going back that that's who it was assigned to. Flipgrid, and then whatever topic it is. Remember, I can write the stimulus here, or I can do it in Canvas after I do the LTI setup. So here or in Flipgrid itself. Stimulus here or Flipgrid. Doesn't matter, whatever one you prefer. So then I will choose external tool, and I will choose find. And this time, remember, this is my 5th period assignment, so I want to choose that integration that I did for 5th period. Because remember, we're in our super class, and we're trying to, keep separate assignments for different periods. So here's my 5th period one, and say select. And then I will just save. This is my very first assignment for this integration. So this is where I have to set up the actual board. So,
Katie, when
yep.
our topic for today, and I already did it with Laura Cahan's help because I was so lost, was doing that navigation. So I did that navigation with Flipgrid. So now we'll just keep that at the bottom and essentially do it like per period.
Yep, and so like this Flipgrid I would hide too. So there'll just be no side thing for Flipgrid. They'll just go to Flipgrid via the assignment or a link you provide on a page.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. So this was my, my first grid, my first assignment. So here we go. And so you'll see, All right. So only those kids would see that assignment. Oh, so how can students Flipgrid? So they would have to make a Flipgrid video, and then you have to, when that topic had that option for them to download it, and then they could upload it to the discussion. I would just use a Flipgrid topic as a discussion instead of a discussion board if you're wanting them to give a Flipgrid response. Quarter teachers will have a lot of sections since we can't delete. No, I don't know of a limit, no.
Sorry, I put the wrong thing in. Katie, where do the multiple topics?
Like,
I know.
I thought that you were telling her the limit. I was like, okay, that seems like a really random number for that.
Yeah, my bad. Really unfortunate timing. Where do the multiple topics that you've now created for different periods go within the modules? Do you know what I mean? Like where would they show up?
It's going to still be the class. So it's still going to be like in Flipgrid itself. Is that what you're asking?
No. So, like when kids are working through modules, right? And they come up to a Flipgrid assignment. How does it, I guess I'm missing the connection of where that assignment then goes in the module if you've just created an assignment.
Wherever you put it. So I created it here, but then I can go back to my modules. And remember, assignments in our real classrooms are going to be hidden from students. So you'll have to come to your module and add it. So I made it, and I can add it, or I can create it directly from here too. So I just click the plus sign, and I'm going to say I want to add an assignment. Here's that Flipgrid assignment that I made, and now it's added to the module.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So if you have multiple sections, you make sure you add every section. And then if you're in period 3, you only see the period 3 assignment.
You only, because you're, exactly. When you assign it only to those sections. So remember, down in a little, instead of everyone, you're going to put just those section names, and only those kids will see that topic.
Katie, are you going to hold our hand while we have to do this in all of our classes?
Sure. I mean, you can do it right now.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
okay.
thinking like how I'm going to need you the first day, the second day, the first week.
Well, I can't be in all 180 places.
I know.
And I feel like the first week, I'm probably gonna be just sitting in a Zoom for student help.
Katie, question?
Yeah.
So should a student want to record on their webcam and then upload to Flipgrid? Is that possible? I don't know why they would want to do that, but.
Yeah, so when they come over here and they click record a response, they can upload a video that they've recorded elsewhere. Oh, okay. Well, I just have to click allow. It's just,
Okay.
It's here. Yeah, let me show you over here. It's better than my embedded area. My computer, whenever I'm trying to stream and do video, anything, it's like, please don't do make me show video and stream video in 2 different applications. Let's see. Yeah, it's revolting.
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure it was okay.
Yeah, they can. So here, if I click here, record a response, they can go to options and they can choose upload clip.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
And then another question. With Canvas in general, they can only have one type of submission. They can't do a text and a video in the same assignment, correct? They would have to put text in the comment box.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, sure. In Canvas, you can't have 2 types of submissions. You can't have a media and text submission in the same assignment, correct?
You can't, that's a non-Flipgrid related question, correct?
Okay. Well, I mean, if they're doing a Flipgrid as their part of their assignment, but I need them to type something out as well. It could be a Flipgrid, but
So,
like I need them, sorry, I have them for one assignment, introduce themselves. Well, they could say, yeah, my name is Paul, but he really meant to sign Peter. I need that text of what they're supposed to do.
well, they can also write on their video. It's just another thing. We haven't gotten to the features of the actual making the video yet. Say, when you make an assignment like an LTI assignment, you can only have the LTI assignment option. So when I go to make that, edit. See, I can have no submission, online submission, on paper, or external tool. So the LTI, the external tool, there's no other option. But if you do want multiple ways they can submit, then you can choose online, and you can check all 4 of these boxes. So they could do upload a file and a text entry, but that would not be a Flipgrid assignment. No, you don't embed something. It's just when you create the external tool, you find, and you just pick that period that you want it to be assigned to. Because remember, you name the integration based on the periods. And then when we go down here, you're just going to assign it to those section names. Yeah. So only those kids that are in those sections are going to even see the assignment. No one else will see that assignment.
Catherine, did you indicate at all how we would ensure that students who don't feel comfortable having others look at their Flipgrid, for example, how we can block viewers, like their peers, from watching their Flipgrids?
Yeah, when you create the topic, you turn on video moderation.
Okay.
So no, because every time you make an LTI, every time I do this, I make the topic. I can't copy topics in for LTIs, Catherine. So whenever when I make the LTI, I make the topic at that time. The sections are pre-set up from KLC. You will see if you go under settings for your super course. And you go to sections, you'll see all the sections that are in that course. I only have one, this is just a sandbox, but in your hub courses where you have 3 different periods, you might have 12 different sections listed here. Okay, so let's go over to Flipgrid and I'll show you some of the features of the actual video making. And someone asked about shorts, and these are shorts or videos that you can make as a teacher and put into your class. So you've seen me in a lot of these, and this is what I've been putting in all those like required assignments and optional tech things. It's like my little trailers. So that is a Flipgrid short, and the same video features that you have in Flipgrid Shorts, students have when they create a video themselves. So me showing you this will emulate what student experience is like for recording a video. So if you want to create a Flipgrid short, you just go to this little tab that says Shorts, and you can record a video. The great thing about Flipgrid Shorts is they caption, so they're accessible when you put them in your classroom. You'll see that you have a 10-minute limit, so you should really never be making a video longer than 10 minutes because no one's going to watch it. All right, so I'll show you the options when you record a video. So I'm going to click Options. I can upload a clip, so if I made a video somewhere else, I can upload it here. I can mirror my video. I can turn the audio off or turn it on. I can screen record, so I can record what is on my screen. So those are the 4 things under options.
Katie, I got a question. So you're doing these not in Canvas. You're doing this in the app, right?
Yes, I'm doing this in the app. Yes. All right, and then all the fun stuff you'll find under effects. And so kids can add filters to their videos. Kids and you can add frames to your videos. Nope. All right. Then you can add emojis to your videos, and there's all kinds of little stickers and things that people can, so if kids don't like to show their face, they can just pick one of these smiles and they can use it to cover their face but still be talking. There we go. Another feature that they can use is they can put text on it. So they can write their name. Or any, the topic they're talking about, or any words they can put on here. They can draw while they record, so they can pick draw, and then as they record, they can draw on the screen. They can pick their color of their pen and how thick it is. And if they don't want to be in the video at all, they can select a board, and then they can draw on the board. So I'll show you that. Cool thing about the board is you can also split the screen. Yeah, there is graph paper, but I can also split the screen, so I'm in the video and the board's also in the video. So now when I record, oh, I need to move my little smiley face back onto my head. Right there. I'm going to go back to the draw tool. I'm going to say, yeah, and I'm going to record. All right, and then I can use my drawing tool. Oh, that's what I have to do. My computer's struggling. My computer's struggling with it because, again, I'm streaming and I'm trying to record video. My computer's like, bleh. All right, so they can draw. So that's great for, like, you know, showing a process, a math process or something. And then a photo. So any image that you have on your computer, you can upload. And let's see, I'll just use this. This is just an image I have. So if, you know, I was talking about this, I could put this up next to me. And I could talk about the image and record and talk about whatever, you know, image might want it to be there. So you could even save your PowerPoint slides as images. So you take your PowerPoint slides, you save them as images. You could have your PowerPoint slide right next to you as you're recording. And then after you record your video, or you just click here to record. And then when you're done, you can pause and keep recording. And pause, so you can change out the pictures by just pausing, change the picture, pause, change the picture. And then when you're done recording the video, you can say next. And then you can view it and you can trim. All right, and then I can use my drawing tool. Oh, I can trim the edges if I want. So if I wanted to cut the end off, I could just drag here and cut the end off. Like, oh, I don't like those last few seconds. I can trim it off. And yeah, and then I could say, confirm that I want to trim it. So now it's a little shorter. And then I can add a whole nother clip. I can go back and record more, up to 10 minutes. And then when I'm fully done with the video, then I just snap a little selfie. And if I don't like to do a selfie, again, I can just put that board on. So I could just put the board on, and then if I don't want, like, I don't want anyone to see a selfie of me, right? I'm gonna turn off the frame. And then instead of a selfie, I'm gonna just take some text and I'm gonna put about what the video is about. And so that would be the cover photo of the video instead of me as a selfie. So if you're not comfortable with selfies, there you go. That's the cover of my video. And now it's saved to my shorts. So but it's the same process for students when they make video. They have all of those features. If I do like to make shorts, which obviously you can see I've been making a lot of them for students, like every fake student assignment I made a little video showing them and talking about what they would be doing. And then I can share it with my students. So I can click on it. I want to check to make sure the captions are accurate. So I'm going to click Edit Captions. And I'm just going to go through and make sure that they're accurate. They're actually very good. But you do want to confirm and check those because sometimes some funny things happen. And then to share it, I can just copy this web address and I can, put it in a chat like this. I can put it in a message, an email, anywhere I can share that. If I want to embed it into my Canvas classroom, I copy the little embed code. Remember that >/greater than is always our embed code. I just click it, copy it, and I come over to anywhere that I have the rich content editor. So I could put this in an announcement. So if I make the announcement, if I want to embed something, remember I go to the little embed code in the bottom corner of the rich content editor. So I click this right down here, the little >/greater than. I look for that. I go to click it. So I go to the back side, I paste that code that I copied, and then I go to the front and my video will be there. So that's an easy way for you as a teacher to make videos is to make the Flipgrid shorts and then put them into your Canvas page. Can you go back and edit it after you save it? The answer is no. So you can do the editing process while you create it, but you can't go back and edit it. If I wanted to do that, I would need to download the video, click the little download, and use another video editing software to edit anything I would want to edit. But you can't edit here in Flipgrid after you've made it. Any questions about the features of recording a video?
So Katie, if it's an assignment that you, an assignment from Canvas, so actually students, they don't have to embed it, right? So they're gonna
They don't
have
have
that,
to do anything. They record and you'll see it in SpeedGrader.
and also they're gonna have all that features for the
Yep.
video.
They're
Okay,
gonna have all those features.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, you know, they could put a picture of France up next to their head, or, you know,
Yeah.
put, you know,
Okay.
a crepe and be like, we're going to talk about crepes today. And, you know, then, you know, they have like a reference point for their video. Now you might be wondering, wow, how did she get like a picture that has like a clear background? That's the difference between a JPEG picture and a PNG file. So PNG images, when you look for those like in a Google image search, they have transparent backgrounds. So if you like that kind of like, oh, words are just hovering and it's not just like a square photo like this, it has like the image and the words, then you can just look up like canvas, logo, file type, PNG, and then all of those with like the clear background will be there. So that's just a side tip.
So I've got a question. If we wanted to use like a cell for an image to add on to our short, is Google another place to use that? And we just have to search that it's free or copyright free?
Yeah, I mean, if you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just make sure you're, yeah, exactly. Yeah, JPEGs are smaller files. PNGs are like more robust image files. You'll notice like also if you're a Canva user, the graphic image stuff, you can either download it. So if you're making images in Canva, side topic, but I know a lot of people like Canva. You can download your images as a JPEG or a PNG, and you'll see if you download it as a PNG, it gives you an option for the transparent background. So if you kind of like that floating look, you can create that here. Let's see. So yeah, here if I, you're not going to create alt text though in a video. There's no alt text for videos, so you can't. That would be a lot of like every frame of a video. So for videos, if you did have a blind student, you might want to create a audio file that describes the visuals. So you don't have to do that by practice unless you were to have a blind student. They're called audio captions is what they're called. If anyone watches, if you watch Queer Eye on Netflix and you go to your caption options, look for the audio captions, and they're really hilarious because they're for visually impaired people, and the things that they just are describing are just so funny. Like, you know, like Karamo does this, you know, Antony's doing this, like they're just really funny. So if I had, you know, this, I could go to download it, this image. Now anywhere there is color is not going to be transparent, but if I, you know, remove the background and such, I could download it as a PNG and I could check the box that says transparent background. So just a tip there. But that's a bit away from Flipgrid. Any other questions about Flipgrid?
Katie, I have a question about doing the multiple assignments. So it kind of ties into Flipgrid, but it's a little bigger than that. Do we have to do multiple modules, like to assign to each section? I know we're creating when we create an assignment, we can assign it to the different sections, but can we have like one module and then if we have 5 class periods, 5 different assignments in there, or do we have to do
Correct,
separate?
yeah. You cannot hide modules. So every kid is going to see every module. So yes, you would just put all of your different assignments within that one module. They're only going to see the ones that are assigned to their section.
Okay, is that the same with announcements as well if you assign them to section?
they're only going to see the ones assigned to them. Yep.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Beth, you can just send me a message and I can rename you if you want. Yeah, that's fine. All right, anything else about Flipgrid and using it with students? I'd love to hear if you guys have any ideas for things or prompts that you like to give your students. You would still have to know for copying for the next year, you would have to make that new LTI connection because you're going to have different classes next year. So you can definitely have those prompts that you've used, that worked out well, but you'd have to create the assignment itself the following year. If you are looking for prompts, when you log into Flipgrid, you can go to Discovery and you can see all kinds of prompts that it's basically a library of topics. So they also have some curated content from partners that they have, and they have some really good ones, really good partners that you can see here. So, and they're adding partners all the time. So if you're looking for content, it's a great place to start. Get your wheels turning about what kind of prompts you might want to have. And yeah. So, oh yeah, you'll see that they just added, this is new, made by dyslexia. So that is a recent addition. And decolonized is a recent addition too. So anti-racist, anti-bias topics right there. But yeah, it's a great place to start if you're trying to get an idea of some cooler, not just responsive stuff to make.
Katie, I have a question, but it's not about Flipgrid. I have a question about comments in Canvas. So I found a course in Canva, but I want to take only one module from that course. And
unfortunately, you have to import the whole course and just use that module. You can only import everything that they have there. You can't select pieces.
But I tried to import and they said it was too heavy to import.
Oh, yeah, maybe it is. Yeah.
Okay, about her question, she can import and then erase from her sandbox, right?
Yeah, but she's saying that it said it was too big to import. So that person, yeah. But yeah, ideally you import it and then just delete the parts you don't want.
Okay. I got a question, Katie. So if I'm understanding right now, we are going to have only 2 sandbox